A warm welcome to AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. I am Joy Asoye. United States First Lady Melania Trump has made a plea for racial unity. In a speech from the White House to the Republican Party convention, she urged Americans to stop making assumptions based on race and reflected candidly on U.S. history. Mrs. Trump spoke on the heels of the protests that erupted in Wisconsin after a 29-year-old black man, Jacob Blake, was shot multiple times in the back by police. Mrs. Trump also expressed compassion for those worried about the coronavirus outbreak, which has killed more than 178,000 Americans. The Central Bank of Nigeria in West Africa has directed deposit money banks, which provides bank guarantees to Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading NBET PLC and the Transmission Company of Nigeria TCN, on behalf of the electricity distribution companies, DISCOs, to take full responsibility for collection of the DISCOs bills and also to charge for the remittances of the DISCOs to both NBET and TCN. This is coming as some financial market analysts commended the decision by the CBN to end the age-long practice of forex exchange over invoicing. The directive on electricity bills collection, whose implementation is with immediate effect, was contained in a letter addressed to all banks dated 21st of August 2020 and signed by the Director of Banking Supervision, Bello Hassan. Are they getting makeup too early in life? In the face of rising social media influence on the child and the advent of child celebrities, many parents are applying on their children cosmetic products previously reserved for adult women. What do Nigerians think about the trend? AD4 TV Radio spoke to a cross-section of society about their take on the matter.
Makeup has over the years been used by adult women and recently men as well to enhance their looks. The style of makeup and makeup products to be used are mostly influenced by social media influencers and celebrities. The advent of child social media influencing and child celebrities have resulted in a rapid change in the style for minors. Some Nigerians believe the use of such cosmetic products on children is no cause for alarm.
It's not really necessary for you to make up a child, but due to some parents, they would like the kids to look good. So, for me, it's good.
Many Nigerians, however, consider that makeup for children is not right.
Totally, I don't think it's appropriate to make up a child. A child is still at a tender age. What a child, the primary purpose is just to make the child look cute and then clean, neat. If it's a girl child, you can dress her by making up her hair so that it can look decent and then attractive. Not to start making up and painting the face of a child with all this makeup. It's not appropriate.
So for me, it's not good. Like for example, now when I started bringing my children up, sometimes I used to like all this eye pencil. I draw for my children, but I look at it, it's not good. My husband stopped it. He said that's not how to train a child. Because when you start it like that, at the end, that child will be misbehaving.
The right age for the use of makeup is left to parents and guardians to decide, bearing in mind that the use of cosmetic products on minors have been reported to have negative health implications, as a child's skin is thinner and has a decreased barrier function than adults. Antonietta Kalunta, AD4 TV Radio, Abuja.
Rwandan authorities have issued an international warrant for a former senior military official, Alois Ntiwiragabu, who is under investigation in France for his alleged role in the country's 1994 genocide. He had been identified by the International Tribunal for Rwanda as one of the architects of the genocide. The disclosure of Mr. Ntiwiragabu's past came 2 months after another suspected genocide architect, Felician Kabuga, was arrested in Paris. We take a break now. When we return, Femi Fani-Kayode apologizes to journalists. Stay with us. Details coming shortly.
As the world faces the challenge of the coronavirus pandemic and governments around the world are racing against time, AD4 TV Radio thanks you all for doing your part to stop the spread of the disease. Be safe at home and practice hygiene. Protect yourself and others. Do not panic. Do not self-medicate. Listen to all preventive advice and stay at home, as well as maintain social distancing.
Say no to fake news. Get authentic updates from the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, the Federal Ministry of Health, the NCDC, and of course, AD4 TV Radio, your reliable and credible channel. Please stay safe to save others.
Welcome back. You're watching AD4 TV Radio News Update. Many Nigerians show the culture or habit of giving extra stipends to an individual who has rendered or is about to render a service to them, even after the initial payment for the service in question has been made. While some espouse the notion that tipping leaves the giver of the service with a good or positive feeling and encourages the said individual to do more by offering his best, others feel that tipping before a service completely hastens the job as it motivates the person to feel good before carrying out a desired service. Yet again, others feel that tipping could be abused as it could be seen more as a right than a privilege. Society will be worse for it. In search of why people tip financially, when it is appropriate to give someone a tip, and if the culture of tipping someone should be seen as a right or a privilege, AD4 TV Radio News crew met with some residents in Abuja. They report.
It's not a right per se. When you talk about issue of tipping, I think it's just a privilege, or let me say leverage. When you talk about issue of tipping, I think most Nigerians do that as their own will, and maybe they also do it in form of to serve as what we refer to as a motivation to the individual that maybe has given a service. You understand? But not for somebody to say it is a right.
It depends on how you are served. If you are served well in a place, you'll be motivated to just tip. So it's a privilege you get. It depends on how you are being served. The service brings up everything. Service is everything. So with a good service, you will get more, you earn more.
The former Nigerian Aviation Minister, Femi Fani-Kayode, has reportedly apologized to the journalist he gave a harsh rebuke in Calabar. The Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, had criticized Fani-Kayode over his umbrage on a Daily Trust journalist. The former minister, in a series of tweets on Wednesday, said he regretted his action, which has obviously offended many of his friends in the media. He also said that no threat of physical harm was ever made to the journalist in question. Neither did he send anyone to intimidate him. Most wedding ceremonies take place in churches and are seen as a way for persons in a romantic relationship to commit themselves, consummate the marriage, and take their love to a climax. However, the wedding ceremony, as many would say, is for a day, and a marriage for a whole life, till death do both couples part. In recent times, there has been a trend whereby couples renew their vows by reciting again years after marriage. This could be done during an anniversary, in a party or ceremony organized by family and well-wishers, or in a church. In search of why people renew their vows and what it means, AD4 TV Radio News Group met with some Nigerian residents in the capital, Abuja.
It does help a lot. Like for instance, I think some children do that for their parents. Like after some years, like 20 years, they do sort of like a wedding renewal. They come back, celebrate them, why they take them to altar and renew some vows. It's actually cool. It helps them build their love again, know that what they shared is really real.
Renewal of vows is something that should be done every day. It shouldn't just be once in a while. It's something that should be every day, in the sense that God has commanded us to do things, to take these vows again in remembrance of Him. You know, so the same way husband and wife, spouse, supposed to renew their vows every day for each other. This will enhance unity and purpose. It will make them to know that they are still working in the same trend.
Remember, coronavirus is real. Ensure you wash your hands regularly. Use alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Wear your mask besides maintaining social distancing. That's it on AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4TV Radio as well. Many thanks for watching. I am Joy Asonye.
We love you, AD4TV Radio.